Hello all, welcome to my YouTube channel and another video. In this video I'm going to talk about why in the fever people usually try to get more heat and want to be sweaty, and on the contrary in some types of fevers you have seen people that are looking for a colder environment, like they would uh, jump into a room where AC is on. So why these kind of things happen, in this video I'm going to discuss that. So let's get started. So first of all, before going to the answers, let's understand the heat dissipation first. So heat dissipation is the way to transfer the heat, and there are three ways through which we can transfer the heat. The first way is convention heat transfer method. Second way is radiation heat transfer, and the third way is conduction heat transfer. So let me repeat: first one is convection, second one is radiation, and third one is conduction. So basically, conduction happens when the heat get transferred in the same medium. Like you have a solid as one medium, and another medium is also solid, and molecular movement will be very less or not at all in this type of heat transfer. I'm talking about the conduction. And now let's consider the convection heat transfer method. So in this method, heat transfer will be occurring by using the molecules. So molecules will help us transfer the heat. And in the last method, that is radiation method, the heat gets transferred without any medium, like there is no medium required to transfer the heat, and radiation help us achieve the same. And looking at the examples to understand better, for radiation we have a microwave oven. So you have seen that microwave oven do not directly contact the utensil or some bowl that is placed in the microwave. It is like traveling without any medium, so it is through radiation. Second example could be the sun. As we know that space is vacuum and medium less kind of. So still sun rays are reaching out to us and doing the heat transfer in form of the radiation. Now let's talk about the another example. I'll make it quick. So conduction is, let's say you are frying up vegetables in some oil. So that is the conduction. And let's take the example of the convection. And in the convention we have milk that is getting boiled over on a tea pan or some other utensil. So that is all about the heat dissipation. So now let's talk about the fourth heat dissipation method that humans use. It is similar to the evaporation or vaporization. So I'm talking about the reduction of heat using the sweat. So basically, when somebody is in fear, they just want to lower their temperature. So if they become sweaty, then it will help them to release heat in an efficient manner, and they will get rid of the fever quickly. So that's why even in the hot summers you might have seen people who are having fever, they will try to kind of stay very hot, if they are in a room in which fan is on, AC is on, so they will just turn all of them off and will cover themselves using a blanket. So just they can have more heat, and in turn they can have more sweat, so that they can lose heat and in turn reduce their fever. So that is the main reason people try to uh, use the vaporization to get the heat out. So let's talk about how sweating cools down the body. So basically, when somebody is sweating, they form the sweat beads on their skin, and those beads get converted into vapors. And if we want to convert a liquid into vaporized or gaseous state, we need energy, and in this case we are using heat energy to vaporize those sweat beads. So that energy, the heat loss that is coming up from our body will help us cool the uh, body temperature, so that the person who is suffering from the fever can have a reduced body temperature, and in turn can lower the fever. So let's talk about more about the how vaporization uh, help us dissipate heat. So as I have already mentioned, the energy will be lost and in the form of heat, so that's why they will have a lower temperature. But so, how does sweating reduce the heat? So, basically, there are three types of glands that are present in our human body. So, first is the apocrine, and second is the acrine, and third one is apocrine. So, basically, out of them, we are going to look on only acrine and apocrine. So basically, if you feel sweaty because of any reason, the temperature is high, and maybe another reason that doesn't include flight or fear response, so in those situations the acrine gland will get activated. Same happen in the case of the fever. So using those glands, acrine glands, we have control over the body temperature or fever. And if you talk about the apocrine, however, it is not necessary for this video, but let me brief about it. So apocrine glands are basically responsible when you have uh, adrenaline related issues, flight or fear kind of thing or response. So you may have got nervous. So there are many situations. So in those cases, the apocrine gland will get activated, and you will feel more sweat under your armpits. The reason is that apocrine glands are mostly located under the armpits. It is not like if you are using the apocrine gland, then you cannot use the acrine gland at the same time. However, they both are used at the same time. So I hope now it is clear to you that how heat dissipation work with the help of sweating. So let me talk about the next thing, that is why people with fever tend to go to the colder place, or get them a face massage, or maybe ice face pack massage, so with something cool. In the sense, it is not necessarily need to be nice, to be ice, but they just need to get a cooler temperature. So they can also use other technique, having cold water, or having some oils that are kind of herbal oils that will provide them the cooler effect. And even in some cases, doctor also recommends that you get that person ice pack massage on their forehead. So that is the reason, to lower the body temperature, people in fever try to look for the alternative ways, either through sweating or either making their surrounding cooler. So these kind of things happen. Hope you have found this video insightful, and if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching this video.